we back. Four Corners Pod. How my guys doing today?
Feeling good,
I ain't trying
man.
to bounce back from
Go ahead, bro.
we speaking at it. Nah, I was just we do that shit a lot, speak at the same time. But nah, I'm trying to bounce back, man. Been on the weather, so but other than that, I'm good though.
Yeah, man, doing good, man. Had a good week. Went to Raw. Took my son to his first wrestling show, so he enjoyed every moment of it. He's been jumping off couches and shit ever since. So I take that as his way of saying that he had a good time.
Yeah.
He was super engaged the whole time. So we definitely had a ball, and this was actually my first wrestling show that I went to in a long time. So I was definitely glad to be back at it.
How long?
Sure.
It's been a long time, dude, because it was like early 2000s last time I went to one.
Damn, for real?
hmm
Is it because why? Is it because you never wanted to go again, or is this like you ain't never had the time
I never had people to go
to go
with
with?
me. Uh-huh,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. But really, I shouldn't have let that stop me. I should have just went by myself, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never really had like, because kind of to your point, I think it was the last episode when you was like people almost frown upon wrestling. Like you kind of have to know that they into it before you feel comfortable
Before
talking
you
to
get
them
home,
about it.
yeah, you don't want to be the
Yeah,
first one to bring it up.
right, yeah. So it
Nah,
was
for
a
real.
situation. Um, that that most of my friends most of my friends during that time didn't really watch wrestling like I did, so it was just that type of thing.
It's crazy for because it's like it's I don't know why it's like just embarrassing. Why people think it's embarrassing to like it. Because
Yeah,
like when
it
Slim
shouldn't be.
said when we first started talking about it, but I, like kid you not, like right after that, I feel like everybody like 10 people started coming to talk to me about wrestling. Like they just I guess because they heard or see me talk to wrestling about them or whatever, but they would come up to me and start talking about wrestling and that. There's gonna be some theories that they would tell
Mhm.
me that we might get into this pod. That I didn't want to tell them to their face that their shit was trash. That some of their theories, their shit was trash.
But
Damn.
but let me say something about real quick about Rado. Like that atmosphere, like the energy, like I felt like I belonged there. I guess with me being
Yeah,
such, as big of a
Yeah.
fan as I am, like that energy is like almost unexplainable. Just walking around, seeing people buying the merch, seeing
yeah.
people walking around holding their belts and stuff. Wearing
Mm.
wearing the old school shirts. Like it was the guy, one of the guys who was in the row in front of me had on the black and red Austin 316 shirt with him bleeding on the back from the WrestleMania 13 match.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
that shit's
Yeah.
hard.
They had that
Yeah,
jump.
like it's a whole new era. I would say compared in the past because I started going back to shows in 2018. Like I took a break from
Mhm.
going. Like I had my last show I went to is probably like 2011 or something like that, 2010. So I
Mhm.
started going because I could afford to buy my own tickets. So I started buying my own tickets. I took my two brothers and my girl. We went to SmackDown and we saw AJ Styles, Danny Bryan, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston.
Mhm.
Like we all saw them in matches. Shelton Benjamin. Like that's like my dream. Like I never thought I would see AJ Styles and Samoa Joe in a match. Cause like TNA, they would go on
Mhm.
tours, but they would never come to Memphis, or they would never come over here. Or it'd be like I wouldn't even know about it because I never had the internet growing up. Like I didn't get it till I was in high school. Even though that's like,
Mhm.
damn, you didn't get it till you was in high school. Yes. Um. So
Shit, better late
I
than
started
never though.
going up, but like I would early on when I would go, I would say that the Memphis crowds were kind of suckish. But then as it started picking up, I guess more fans started coming back, and now some Memphis has got a decent crowd. I would say, and there, like
Yeah.
you said, the atmosphere was good. Like everybody got a good enough pop. There's just sometimes where you can see like some people were like just I don't know if it was around people sitting by you, but sometimes people just talk too much, or like they would just like joke around too much. Like I get like it's a good like have a good time. Like I'm not you pay the tickets, have a good time, but like don't talk during every match. Like let
Yeah, I
me
feel you
enjoy the
on that. Yeah,
match.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up,
it
man.
wasn't it wasn't really like that where I was sitting at. People made like comment, during the match, but they weren't
Yeah,
trying to talk like during the whole match and stuff like that.
yeah.
So. Yeah, we were like really everyone was kind of talking amongst themselves, whoever they were with is basically how it went in the section I was in. Um, but I'm gonna touch on this briefly though. I'm glad that the atmosphere, because what you were just saying was that the atmosphere wasn't that good. The last shows that you went to in the past,
Hmm.
and and I and I'm very glad that this atmosphere was good because Memphis is so important to wrestling. So many wrestlers came through Memphis to get their career
Yeah.
started before they made it big. And I know we'll take a deeper dive into that, in the future episodes. But I just wanted to briefly touch on how important Memphis is because Memphis,
Don't sleep
honestly,
on Memphis.
Memphis was
Hmm.
basically NXT back in the day, back in like the 90s, early 2000s. Memphis was basically what NXT is. Like you,
Hmm.
like
It
the
was
wrestling.
it was before OVW.
Hmm.
It was before OVW.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
If you wanted to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it, if you wanted to make it in wrestling, you had to come to Memphis to
You just
wrestle.
had to come through
Hmm.
Memphis. Yeah,
And they
you
would
had to
even
come to
sign them,
Memphis,
and
bro.
and
Yeah.
Vince would tell Jerry, "I'm sending these guys down to you. Get them right,"
Hmm.
and he would get them right.
Right, right. So, but yeah, I just
Mm,
want to
mm,
briefly touch
mm,
on that, right quick, how important it is. But while we on the subject, Pootie, what'd you think about Raw? What was your overall impression of it? The live
So
show and the actual show.
yeah, so I got to make it onto Netflix, so y'all got to see me 2 million screens around the world, however they say it.
Man, talk
We
about
Talk your
that,
shit,
man.
Shot Town.
we was
Talk your
running
shit.
late, man. So I informed my guys before the show. Reason why we recorded a little later in the week is we all had stuff going on. Like some said he was sick. And then we had to put a family dog down yesterday. So I was gonna put the Braveheart on and be like, no, the show must go on. But we ended up just moving it to today. So I think that worked out. But anyway, so the bright spot of the week, one of the bright spots of the week in like a dark week was that we were running late to Raw. Um, and my girl's like, "Hey Lou, there's fans coming around with their phones out. Go see who it is." And so we go. I'm following them. I'm trying to find where we're gonna sit, and then I see everybody stop, and then they're like, and then I see a camera, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the Usos." I was like, "Damn, they're starting the show." So a lady comes out. She's like, "If yo, we all make a tunnel, y'all gonna be in the shot." And I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Damn, what if he like grabs Leia or something?" My daughter, or because he had did that before, I think, and he had they were getting pumped up or whatever. And I wanted to make kind of note of this is that I don't know if how many of the listeners are going to be like online fans, but Naomi and Jim are expecting a kid, but they said that he hadn't been on Raw the past couple weeks. So I just wanted to like say like, hey Jim, like I love you. Like if you got going to anything, like I just want to say like, Big Jim, I love you. Like I said that a couple of times, so that way he knows like there's fans that care like enough for him, not just like, hey, we love you, Jay and Jim, we love you. So like I wanted to make it know like Jim, like just if you heard I love you and it meant like okay, fans care enough about us. But we ended up being able to get into the shot, and he dapped my daughter up, and then they went in to start Raw off. And it started off with a 6-man tag, Division versus LA Knight and the Usos. And we're gonna talk about LA Knight a little bit later in the show with some of the plans for WrestleMania. But
Oh,
overall,
yeah.
from that match on, the only complaint I would have is that WWE does a lot of promos, and you don't get a lot of wrestling when you're there. But that would be my only complaint. Other than that, the matches they put on and the segments they had, it was a good, really good Raw.
Hmm. Yeah, it was a pretty solid episode of Raw. But yeah, to your point, it was. I feel like it was a little too many promos and not as much action as I would have liked to see. But I tell you one thing that I was very, 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 excuse me, very surprised with Javon Evans winning the main event. Definitely was expecting either Gunther or Dirty Dom to win, but man,
Luther.
that was a hell of an OG cutter too.
Yeah, when he won, I was surprised he won.
Hmm.
But it was a good showcase for him. I like that he won. because it shows that WWE's not afraid to push the young talent that they have been afraid to push in the past. And he's
But
only
honestly,
21.
I think the only reason why they're pushing the younger
Yeah,
talent
that's
now is
crazy.
because they've been catching a lot of flack for not pushing the younger talent. And because
Yeah,
if you notice, like it all kind of happened all of a sudden. You know, Trick Williams, them putting the belt on Carmelo Hayes, Javon Evans, getting a push. He's going to be in the elimination chamber. Um,
yeah.
um, Oba as well. Uber is am I pronouncing it right? Is it Uber or
No,
Oba?
it's Oba. I think it's Oba.
Yeah, yeah, Oba. Yeah, him.
That boy from Wakanda.
Yeah.
Forever.
Man, that boy
but
from Wakanda.
But I'm gonna touch on him real quick. I do feel like they're stretching it out with him trying to decide who he's gonna sign with. Just
Yeah,
go ahead and have that man sign with whoever he's gonna sign with, and put that man in some matches.
Yeah,
Have him
build
do
him up
some
to WrestleMania.
squashes, and build him up for the Mania match. Hopefully they do the smart thing and book him and Brock Lesnar for Mania. WWE, if y'all are fucking listening to this podcast, please, please don't fumble this. We do not want to see Brock Lesnar and LA Knight because we
Man, that
already know
pissed
who's
me
gonna
off.
fucking win. We already know that Brock Lesnar is gonna beat LA Knight. Y'all are not gonna put LA Knight over. We know
no,
this. We have witnessed how you all have booked LA Knight for the last few years, and it's been
And
terrible.
what's the fucking point of that match anyway? Like, man,
Right.
that
like he has no beef
Well,
with Brock. Like, how
but
do they
didn't LA
start it?
Knight didn't he eliminate Brock?
none.
Did
It
he
was
eliminate Brock
Cody and
before?
no, it was Cody. Yeah, it was Cody and LA Knight, I think. Or no, it
Yeah,
might not
so
even have been Cody and LA Knight.
I think it was Cody and LA Knight. So
Yeah, I
that's
don't
the
know
only
who.
that's the only connection I can see them making to Mania. But
Hold on, I'm
honestly,
gonna look it
that's a
up right
stretch
quick.
because the elimination itself was a botch anyway.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah, because it happened during Jey Uso's entrance.
I mean, but think about it. The last couple Rumbles haven't really been particularly good in terms of booking.
True, especially last year.
Yeah.
You know, I was just gonna say that. He ain't lying on that shit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
That
hard
Last
to
shit was probably
say.
one of the worst endings I've seen besides that Bret Hart and Lex Luger shit.
you think it was that bad?
I don't know. Rock and
Mhm.
Big Show's ending was kind of
Man,
bad too.
yeah, but it's like, bro, he pushed John Cena off that joint, and he was looking so John Cena was looking so fucking stupid when he pushed him off.
Because he's an
Like, come on,
actor.
bro.
And then it was John
Like,
Cena,
come on, man.
like John Cena's last Rumble. Like, come on now, John Cena's
Yeah,
last Rumble, and you have him lose to Jey Uso.
like that.
Then, then you give Jey Uso the push that he obviously was not ready for. Like he was
Hey,
like he was out there botching damn near like Goldberg. Well, nah,
okay, yeah,
let
Cody
me not
Rhodes.
say that.
Hold on,
Let me not say that
hold
because
on,
he didn't almost kill anybody.
Yeah, he did. Cody Rhodes and LA Knight, they simultaneously eliminated Brock. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it could be. I don't know. But I
But
don't want to see no fucking
unless
LA
they,
Knight and Brock at Mania.
unless okay, so let's carry this over into the predictions for Brock. Could they do this? Could they have Brock enter the elimination chamber, right? And if Cody loses, could they set up a triple threat with Brock, LA Knight, and Cody since both of them eliminated Brock and he comes into the elimination chamber to basically fuck them up for eliminating him in the Royal Rumble.
Mm.
But all right, so if you take Cody out the WWE title picture, then what do you put for
Mm-hmm.
the WWE title? Because
Order.
you're taking LA Knight and Cody out of the chamber. So then what if all right, so you say Randy. So one of the things I think they're going towards
Either Randy or Jake.
is I think they're going for Randy versus Aleister Black at WrestleMania. Because that was the match that was supposed to take place last year, but they ended up doing Joe Hendry because they didn't want to make Aleister Black lose in his re-debut. So I
Oh,
That
think
makes
that because
sense.
they
So
had a
they
little interaction on SmackDown. I don't know if y'all seen that.
I'm trying to remember. You talking
I
about
did.
this past SmackDown?
Yeah, this past
Aleister Black.
SmackDown, I think, or 2 weeks ago.
Okay. I'm not mad at that, honestly. I'm not mad at that match. Um,
So Jacob, so 5-2 in the chamber.
No, him and Sammy ain't.
He in the chamber, right?
So
No, he's
it's
not.
oh, that's what
um Javon,
Randy.
Javon Cody, um,
LA Knight,
LA Knight,
Randy, and there's two more. It's either gonna be Bronson, El Grande Americano,
or
and
Jey Uso.
or Jey Uso on Raw, and then on SmackDown is gonna be
Is a Trick
uh Trick
Williams,
Williams, Mello, and damn, who's the third person?
Mello. Hold
Damn,
on.
I can't think of the third person. But yeah, so that's gonna fill out the last dudes of the chamber. So it's like, okay, so who wins the chamber outside of them three people? Is Trick
And that
Williams?
was
Is
really
it
what I was gonna
Trick?
ask y'all. Who do y'all think gonna win that joint?
Like it's gonna be Cody, but at this point, it's like Drew and Cody been feuding since
Man, bro,
WrestlePalooza.
Cody better not win no fucking bro.
I swear
Cody
he
better not
better
win that
not.
fucking chamber.
It's Damian Priest who's the third
Oh,
person
Damian Priest.
in the triple threat match.
And then it's like bro. I don't. So there's some news I wanted to gather up. And if I don't get to this episode, I'll fill it in either later or at the next. But supposedly it was supposed to be Drew and Cena at WrestlePalooza.
I saw that clip where he said that because he was on whose pod he was on that podcast
On Ice Cube
with
Sons.
Ice Cube son, yeah.
Yeah. O'Shea and TJ. They run. It's called No Contest Wrestling. I
Yeah.
got it listened. Yeah.
So how do y'all feel about that? That it should have been Cena and Drew
That
McIntyre.
it just goes back to how they need to literally fire everybody in their creative room except for that one dude who's taking over Raw and SmackDown now, the head writer. Because
Yeah.
it comes out that in that same interview, Cena says Bruce Pritchard only wanted one match for Cena's for that Saturday night's main event, just one match,
That's
just Cena's
God.
match,
Mm-hmm.
just that was it. And Cena's like, he even told me like, bro, that's stupid. Why would you do that? And so
Had this
I'm a
big old
toot
business
Cena's
for
I'm a toot Cena's horn right now because you said Sean was your favorite wrestler, and we know there's a Brett right here, but there's something them two guys never did. They produced the highest. Cena produced the highest gate, and for over $6 million in an arena.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up.
And let me touch on this. I'm a Brett slash Sean guy. So I'm not all the way Brett. I'm not all the
Yeah,
way Sean. Like it's like that's honestly.
I,
Well, this will be a debate for another day. But in some cases, I put that feud over Rock and Austin. In some cases, because
uh,
that
because
shit
I
they
was
think
personal. You have to.
yeah,
yeah, exactly, yeah, they really didn't like each other.
Yeah, they didn't like each
Whereas
other
The
in real
Rock and
life. You
Austin,
have to. Yeah,
yeah, hmm
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
That shit. And then it's like just to hear some of the backstories, like about their rival or about their feud. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
how
Whatever you want to
personal it
call
was,
it.
really.
Yeah, how personal it was. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember. I was gonna call him like Isaac Hayes. Help me
Fame.
out, y'all. No.
Wait, you
What's
said
the
Isaac
name back
Hayes?
in the day? I
what
was
are you
finna say
talking
Isaac
about?
Hayes because his last name is Hayes.
Oh, Michael
He
Hayes.
was in
Michael
the
Hayes? The
yeah,
Freebirds?
yeah, yeah. He talked about when one time they was backstage with each other and man when they he was like they left him in the room by themselves and they was like bro they tore like the wall down. You know what I'm saying? And like one of the arenas they was in, because they started really fighting with each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, well, it's crazy to know that them folks legitimately didn't like each other. You know what I'm
To
saying?
this
And I
day?
was gonna say too, nah, not I think because I remember one episode on Raw, they went out there and shook each other hands or
Yeah,
whatever now.
but Brett also
But
said
do it,
Vince and Sean were together. He
but
said, yeah, they were
yeah.
doing stuff together.
So and see and look and see that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna finish too and say like was that just a stunt or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Nah,
for you to say that, like
this Brett,
you
bro.
probably still
He
got
he
some
made
hatred
that
for that. You
shit.
see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, bro, you probably really still don't like that man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? For you to still be speaking on him in a negative way. You see what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
Sean ain't, we ain't seen nothing publicized or,
negative. Yeah,
put out to negative to where we seen Sean say something about Brett. You know what I'm saying? But you see what Brett said about that man, like, yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I don't know who y'all think he hate more, him or Bill Goldberg.
Definitely
ain't no
Weed,
Goldberg.
you a
telling.
Brett guy.
Definitely
Definitely Goldberg.
Goldberg. Yeah, yeah. Because Goldberg ended his career, so he definitely hates Goldberg more than Sean.
Lord,
Because
oh
him
yeah.
because like you said, him and Sean actually did patch it up. Brett just doubled back and said some shit about him and Vince, but I
Yeah,
definitely think he hates Bill Goldberg more than Sean.
real talk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But I don't know though. Hey, but I know you said Satan, I know you said John Cena did that, but what you I think like, man, what you think it's always a what if, but like what you think Sean and Brett numbers would have been if they like prime was in, you know what I'm saying? Like
All
in
right,
this kind of
so
day era and stuff like
if
that.
if you take a Sean and a Brett and put them in today's era, you could say they're bigger than that. They'll be bigger than Austin.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
right now we're in an era uh where the best wrestlers are probably the most popular ones. Like
Hmm.
Roman phones it in, but when he's locked in, he'll put on a great
Yeah.
match. Like
Hmm.
some of the best wrestlers out are the
Yeah.
ones that fans are coming to see. There's no big stars that are like that you could not to talk down like on a Psycho Sid, but like his moveset was kind of limited for what compared to a Sean is, right? But
That's
people
true.
still came to see
Mm,
him. He was still a star. I feel like we don't have that right now. People are coming now to see the wrestling. So that's why people are like casuals are turning into WWE and wrestling fans are going to AEW. So that's what I think. So if you put
mm,
Sean in, like of course you're gonna have a charismatic superstar, but look at it as like Sean already they were charismatic. They could cut the promos. And all people forget
yeah.
Austin used to wrestle, but all his injuries he couldn't
Mm,
wrestle like that no more.
Right.
And
yeah.
Sean
But
Yeah.
they could have a match with a broomstick.
I swear that I was just gonna
I
say
said
that,
it
man.
about
So
Like,
Rick.
yeah.
I
that's
said
what
it
I'm
about
saying. So
Rick
look,
last
so
episode.
you put a Sean in with a Ricochet.
Ooh, Rick,
Yeah.
Not
Rick,
even a
Rick.
Bro.
Sean against a Kenny Omega. You put a Sean
Yeah,
against
hey,
Carmelo Hayes.
yeah, that's an awesome match. I ain't gonna lie, man. When Sean came back and I was just watching that pay-per-view this past weekend,
With the street fight.
when Nah, when Sean went against Jeff Jarrett at the old In Your House, when he won the
Oh,
Intercontinental Belt when he won the
are you talking
Intercontinental
about back
Belt for
then?
the
Okay.
third time, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, bruh, that was a good match. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I'm just correlating to what Chi-Town said. Just about Sean being able to put on good matches. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bruh, him and Jeff Jarrett, bruh, they had a solid match. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they was
Yeah.
wrestling for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like you said, man, it might have a wrestling match with a broomstick, bro. You know what I'm saying? And when you think about it, bro, like even Undertaker said he was like, bro, I really didn't care for the man. You know what I'm saying? But he was like, bro, like that's one of the people who I would like. I used to like getting in the ring with. You know what I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
saying?
He said it's
Like
more
yeah,
in
bro, the man
person.
just a good ass wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna throw this at y'all. If Brett if Brett and Sean were wrestling in today's WWE modern, would they have been booked right?
In WWE, no.
Exactly.
They
I
would well, I'll say this though, and Triple H I've seen an interview where Triple H said that bro, Shawn Michaels used to go tell Vince like he ain't doing that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It would tell Vince that that shit was stupid. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like he not doing it. So I don't know as far as Brett, but I know Sean would have probably gave a lot of pushback on some of the shit that they would have probably told him to do and shit like that, which probably would have done it made the man jump ship. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Ooh. And
Oh,
we
you
could
know,
have
if
saw
we talking, in modern day, yeah,
Seeing
we
like
you
could have
with
know,
saw
Brett,
HBK
see with
versus
Brett.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah. See with Brett, I feel like he wouldn't even go to the version
oh,
of WWE. Yeah, I feel like he would be in New
nah,
Japan or in
Yeah.
AEW.
yeah, because Brett had already said like, uh, he said he didn't even like the way that the WWF was changing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? He wasn't a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he definitely would have jumped ship.
Ooh,
But
imagine Brett
see, he
versus
cut some of
MJF.
them. Mhm.
Yeah, he
And
would
see,
have
Brett
definitely.
cut some of his best promos with them. When he was with the Heart Foundation and when he used to go at the American fans and shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
I
speaking
used to
of
be
like
tripping out them
flocking them,
promos though.
flopping people in different eras, where would y'all think an elimination chamber could have popped up? Like if y'all could place anywhere in history or in a different company, like in the say WCW, uh, where would you put a chamber? Because for me, I would probably say the best time what a chamber would have fit was probably around that time when they ran Austin over when they did that Hell in a Cell. Like maybe
Yep.
around that time or a little earlier, and maybe like at the
Bro,
tail
they
end of
could have put
98,
that chamber in
99.
ECW.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
That chamber in ECW,
RVD,
bro. Oh man, what?
Sabu,
Sabu.
Sabu,
Tommy Dreamer?
J-
Tommy Dreamer,
Uh, uh,
Raven.
uh, did I say Jerry Lynn already? I don't think
I
I
was
No,
said
gonna
need to
say
say
Jerry,
Jeremy Lin.
yeah, Jerry,
I said
Jerry
a
Lynn, yeah,
Raven
Jerry Lynn.
Raven and fucking Tajiri. Can you imagine them in Elimination Chamber?
or
You
even a
down there could
Rhino.
have put
Yeah,
you could have put
Rhino.
a new Jack in that joint.
A new, yeah, they probably put a
Now
new Jack in there
New Jack would have been in would have stabbed somebody just like he actually
Yeah,
did.
New Jack would have probably
with the
killed
glass.
somebody with the glass. Yeah, with the glass. Yeah, you would have killed somebody in that joint. We can't put New Jack in there. Yeah, he gonna catch a
Uh,
body in that joint.
Even
Nah, we can't put him in there.
even if you throw someone like Mike Awesome in there, Taz, you know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah,
Like,
or even
They could have
Ray.
threw Terry Funk old ass in there.
He would have did
mm-hmm.
it too. A prime
He would have
Cactus
did it.
Jack.
Come on, man.
Ooh, man. So, oh my God. Honestly, since you mentioned putting a chamber in ECW, I can't think of a better back in the day. I can't think of a better promotion in time to put Elimination Chamber in over the ECW. Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah, man, because they was already extreme. That's all they needed was that crazy shit. You know what I'm
but
saying? And they could have put some tables in there or some shit like that, or
man,
just had all what they would have needed. You know what I'm saying? Already in the chamber, kind of like had a table set up. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of standing up,
hmm
well, leaned up against the chamber. You know what I'm saying? They could just have them just leaned up against the chamber, had some chairs sitting somewhere or whatever. Had them kendo sticks. Whatever the case may be. Saying if we talking about Sandman would have been in the match, he probably would have been in a pod with his kendo stick already.
and a
You know
case
what I'm
of beer.
saying?
bro,
You see what I'm
Lance,
saying?
imagine Lance Storm in the chamber, just incredible,
Come on,
dude. Oh
bro.
my
Folks sleep on Lance
God,
Storm. Folks so sleep on Lance Storm. Yeah.
bro. I ain't gonna lie, Lance Storm was low key like in my top wrestlers in ECW for a minute.
Man,
Yeah, didn't he make
ECW had a lot
every
of nice
belt go
wrestlers here.
Canadian?
Then he what?
Yeah, I
Make
think
every belt go
it make everybody
Canadian?
real go Canadian.
Yeah, I
That
think
man had
so.
plenty of belts, bro.
hmm
Or was that in WCW?
He
I
was in
can't remember.
WCW.
Yeah. Now,
But
yeah. Now that
honestly,
he said it, yeah.
I don't remember much of Lance Storm's career other than ECW because ECW to me was like his peak.
Likewise.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. So that's when
Yeah.
he peaked in his career, and that's when I paid the most attention to him. I know he went to WWE afterwards, and I did he win the IC belt? And
I'm not sure if he won the IC belt. I know he won the tag titles with either Christian. Yeah, I think with Christian and he or Jericho. They were the
Yeah.
Un-Americans.
or was it a US belt?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
It
believe he
wasn't the
had a stint.
US. It wasn't the US because they unified. It was Edge and Test. I think they unified the United States and the IC belt and the European.
Let me look it up
And
because
then they
didn't
brought the
he have
United States back in '03, and Eddie won it in the tournament.
Mm. Got an encyclopedia right here, man.
Hey man, I'm telling you.
yeah. Yeah, he be known for sure.
Yes, sir. Uh,
Yeah,
so what's
just the tag
y'all
team titles is all he held in WWE 4 times.
Slow 4 times? That's slow.
Yeah,
Mm.
As
that's
good as a
another
wrestler
thing.
he is, bro.
When we touch on the invasion, how many people that they could have brought up to the main event and made him
Nah,
believable
for
if they
real.
only gave a if they only if Vince didn't see them like, yeah, I'm gonna
Gave him
bury
a
all these
chance.
guys.
Yeah, that was a big
Man.
fumble
And
with
it's
that.
crazy because I was watching the Invasion pay-per-view this past weekend too. I just honestly I've been trying to watch that old shit. Just trying to
Mm.
be but
Yeah.
it was a cool little pay-per-view, but Austin had turned on the WWF, which fucking didn't really make no sense to me.
Yeah, that was
Like that
terrible.
shit
Like
didn't make sense to me.
Austin's, other the
And
best
he
thing about Austin's heel run was what? Like that was the best thing about his heel run to me.
Yeah.
don't
Was
I would say some of the best parts have been that the comedy stuff he did with Kurt.
Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle had on that little ass
Yeah,
Yeah, little
had that
cowboy
yeah.
little ass
hat.
hat, the little ass cowboy hat. And also I remember with Kurt Angle, I don't think this was during that time with Stone Cold, but when he had the milk truck and sprayed him down with the milk.
Straight
Yeah.
out that milk and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Folks sleep on Kurt, man. Kurt could cut a cool little promo and he could wrestle
Oh,
his ass off.
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm tripping when he came out with the Undertaker, he had the little thing on his head and he had the
Yeah,
little
the little
glasses and shit
Yeah.
bandana
on.
with
Like,
the
yeah,
shades
the little
on.
bandana. Yeah, man.
Bro,
Yeah, Kurt was
it's
funny, bro.
it's it's so many promos that him and Austin did where folks are trying so hard not to break character. Like the time they cut their promo where it was a group of them, it was Austin, Angle,
You
Undertaker.
probably think it's Survivor Series before they fought the invasion.
And I and,
Yeah,
and
where Austin was like,
Austin kept hitting the Undertaker.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like repeating everything that Vince was saying
And
and
that
shit.
Vince was yeah, man. That shit was hilarious. I Undertaker said I seen the interview where he was like you could see him like biting his lip, like the inside of his
Yeah.
lip, because he trying
He,
so hard
he
not to
was fighting
laugh.
for
You
his
know what I'm
life, bro.
saying? Yeah, he fighting for his life, bro. Like, cause that shit is funny though. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying something and Austin turning around and saying it with their raspy ass voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was funny to me. That's and then when Kurt came out with the sexy curtain shit, come on, man, that shit was
Yeah.
too funny. Man, so I make
Oh
your ankle
yeah, I
hurt.
forgot about that. That shit was so fun. They
Yeah,
might
come
they
on,
might have the
man. That
girl
my
out
bro
there
Kurt
singing with
funny.
him. They might
Yeah.
have the
See, he had Sensation Theory out there with the man for
For
yeah.
the whole
real.
thing.
Mhm.
We'll let we take
Yo,
the direction on this one because
Yeah. So how do y'all feel since we are in Black History Month? We got to touch on the Black history of professional wrestling. How do you all feel that it's been represented based on the company, and what do you feel like if there is any room for improvement? What do you feel like they need to improve in?
mhm, that's a good question. I will say I do like they letting the hang on, I don't want to miss his name. Is it Javon Evans?
yeah,
Mhm.
Javon Evans.
Yeah. I like that he is in the chamber. You know what I'm saying? And I do like that they pushing him at such a young age too. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of trusting him. And then I think he gonna put on just by him being a high flyer. I think he gonna do some crazy shit in that chamber, which probably is one of the reasons
They
I
got him in
believe
there.
that they got him in there. You know, to be honest, now just kind of thinking about
Um,
it, because like when you look at it, you know what I'm saying. Like you had your high flyers in there, John, like the RVDs. People that just like I said, high flyers and stuff like that. But it is nonetheless though. It is good to see. You know what I'm saying. Young black man in there, John, though.
Man, imagine if he,
Um.
if he if he does an OG cutter off the pod. That
That'd be insane.
Oh.
would be
Yeah,
so
that'd
insane.
be insane.
The
Yeah.
the jump he did Rob before last when off the opposite side of the ring, off the opposite side of the
Yeah.
turnbuckle. Who was that? El Grande? Was that who that
Yeah.
was? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that OG cutter was so tough. I was like, damn. Man, like when I was watching that, I rewound it probably like 3 or 4 times. and kept watching that shit
That's
over.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I feel
Um,
like uh
mhm.
with like with I see how I see y'all be not like pushed to the back, but it's like how come we don't get taken serious as like the white wrestlers? Obviously, it's a majority white wrestlers, but how come we don't get taken serious as like the Samoan wrestlers? Like, how come they get the more serious characters and we get the kind of more jokey ones,
Okay,
or the ones that
yeah,
don't get taken as serious? That's just my thing. Is why I wanted y'all to touch on y'all's history in wrestling and see if y'all felt really represented. Because I know there's a lot of hiccups WWE had in terms of representing y'all. Like probably the biggest one I could think is how did Booker T not beat Triple H at WrestleMania 19, especially with that kind of build up that they had.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
just the kind of run that Booker T had coming from WCW, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
he was a 5-time champ, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
mhm.
I feel you on that, yeah. And then we do, it's the comical characters like R Truth and Big E. It ain't a lot of. I feel like it ain't too many black wrestlers that they kind of do have serious gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? Like Bobby Lashley was serious. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Shelton Benjamin he had a pretty pretty little serious role.
he
He a damn good
did.
wrestler too.
He was a great wrestler, but what makes me mad about Shun is they gave him uh oh that character. Remember when they had him as his mom was on TV? They had a character as his mom.
Yeah.
Like
Yep. 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 Yep.
that gave him a little bit of character, even though it kind of felt like detrimental to like his push. But then again, it's like how you not give Shelton Benjamin a world heavyweight championship, but you give Jack Swagger one. But then again, you give one to Brock Lesnar. It's
Yeah.
like what
Yeah.
does Shelton lack that them two don't have? Because they're
Mhm.
both collegiate athletes.
But
Yeah. You right. Yeah. You right.
but yeah, so out of all the current promotions, the WWE represents us the least. Um and I think the only reason why they're pushing their black talent now, their black male talent now, is because Triple H was called out for it.
Yeah,
Um Probably what about a month or two ago he was called out for only pushing white talent, and then like as soon as that
Mm.
came out you notice how the next call-ups were all black men:
yeah,
Oba, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans. Trick
Yeah.
Williams is Trick Williams is automatically
main event
in the
on
world title
SmackDown.
picture now. Yeah, he's main event of what, two SmackDowns,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
back to
two
back ones, I
SmackDowns.
think.
And he's good at main event SmackDown tomorrow with the triple threat match for the qualifying match for Elimination Chamber.
And most likely main eventing Elimination Chamber.
Yep. And
Who would
then
he go?
it's kind of like,
You think he's gonna win?
If he wins his qualifying, I don't see Damien. I
yeah,
don't. Damien Priest don't need to be in it.
Yeah,
he ain't
Damian
lying.
Priest,
He don't.
and I doubt
You know,
Carmelo Hayes will.
if
So
they
yeah,
already got
you're probably
Javon in
right.
there, if they
Mm,
got Javon already in there, I don't see Melo being in there.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, it would be cool to see Javon and Trick Williams in there going at it. So yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
And
only, like I said, the only reason why they're being pushed now is because Triple H was called out about it.
yeah.
If it wasn't for
yeah,
that,
they
they
don't get
and they would
pushed
still
like
be
that.
in NXT, I
But
think.
he's been getting called
Yeah.
out for decades, bro, supposedly.
hmm So let me say this: I don't think this would have happened under Vince. If
What?
I think they would have been got called up if Vince was running things.
It's kind of hard because like with Vince and the NXT call ups, he was never. I don't think he ever got. The only one I say he got right was Kevin Owens.
Mm, mm,
If y'all could think about it, Kevin Owens, in terms of male wrestlers, that's the only one that had an okay career on the main roster.
mm.
Everybody else, like
Man,
Sami
you ain't
Zayn, Finn Balor,
lying
they
though.
never reached their potential. Neville never reached his potential. Well, I guess you could say the Shield, but they were early on from FCW before it turned to NXT, really, a little
But
bit.
is that But with Finn Balor and Sami Zayn, that's because they just didn't book them right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but then
Yeah.
again, that's what I'm saying. But it's because like coming from NXT when they made the first name for themselves on NXT and they came up and they didn't automatically click with the audience, Vince gave up
Yeah.
on them, or he would try to break them back down and build them back up to where they were in his image.
Hmm.
So maybe they would be just as successful. But also too would look at the people, different people that Vince was pushing compared to Triple H. Even Lashley and MVP said Vince treated us right, Triple H didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, and we all know, not to get too political, but we all know what Triple H stands when it comes to that, and
Yeah.
that clearly shows his beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So it
It may
all
not be though. It may not be, but the picture that gets painted doesn't reflect that.
right, right, yeah, and yeah, but it makes sense for him not pushing the black talent. Showing where he stands. You know what I'm saying? So, but my hang with WWE is that you have to get called out to push the black talent. WCW, they didn't they didn't get called out. They wanted to make Ron Simmons the first black champion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and Ron Simmons has done interviews where he was like, hey, um, I forget who was overbooking at the time, but they called him was like, hey man, we're going to make you the champion, and he was like, why? And they was like, why not? Why not
Yeah.
make history? You know what I'm saying? AEW Swerve Strickland, they've been fucking with him heavy. Speaking
Yeah.
of, I gotta say
Yeah,
it.
I get. He's transitioning into it. His favorite match of the year, maybe of all time.
not of all time, but
Hey, it
but
may age
that
that way. It may age that way.
but that Swerve Strickland and Kenny Omega match last night, that is definitely a potential match of the year.
Yeah.
Mark
Would you say
mark, mark
match of
my
the decade?
words.
Because we're
Nah,
halfway through the decade.
match of
That
the decade.
That's it's a rated on a cage match. All right, so for people who are listening, fans, if you want to know more, on an online site to go on is called Cage Match C or cagematch.com, I think. Have a
Mhm.
list of every show that's ever been produced by a main like a WWE, WCW, TNA, and they have even their house shows. So independent shows they'll have them too. Be results and people could vote on how good the match was out of 10. So this Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland match got a 9.7 or 9.17,
I think it was a
and
9.114. I think it was a
or something like that. Yeah.
9.14.
So
Mm-hmm.
imagine how good that's their first match ever. They're gonna get a rematch at Revolution.
9.14. Oh,
How good
is
is
that official?
how good is that rematch? No, I assume it's gonna be unless they do something else.
I did see some report that Kenny Omega had a schedule conflict, and that's why they actually had their match on
Oh,
Dynamite
okay.
instead of
Oh yeah,
Revolution.
because he's
Uh-huh.
supposed to be in at a video game conference at
Oh,
the
okay.
one of the days. So like it'll finish up, but he might not make it in time. So maybe that's
Hmm.
why they did. I forgot about that. But
But, but man, shout out to Tony, Mr. Khan. I'm not even gonna say your first name. Shout out to Mr. Khan for booking that incredible match for free.
yes,
Something that WWE does
I
not
throw that
do
in there.
anymore.
they don't even let them wrestle for real.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
the the top stars might wrestle on one regular program a month, if that. If that.
Hmm.
Other than that, you're not gonna see CM Punk. You're not gonna see Drew McIntyre
Whoa,
wrestle.
whoa,
That's just
whoa,
on the PLE.
whoa! Because CM Punk
Mm-mm.
defended his title how many times this year already?
He defended it twice on Raw in January. Braun
Yeah,
Breaker and Finn Balor.
and AJ
That's
Styles.
Yeah, and
was that
AJ
on
Styles.
okay.
That wasn't
That
on
was an
Raw.
exception though. That was an exception because AJ Styles was getting ready to retire.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's like this year from
Mm-hmm.
like January 1st, Punk has like because like it goes back to this promo he said about like Roman's not gonna be here until Mania, but I'm gonna be here every week. He is there every week. He may not be wrestling, but he's gonna be there.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
okay, so yeah, I'll give you that. Punk has been a fighting champion, as he said. But before then, how often were you seeing that belt defended
Exactly. Yeah.
on regular
Exactly.
programs? So, but in that kind of goes to my rant on the last episode. Back in the day, you would have a stacked fucking a star packed episode, just a regular episode on Raw. You would have fucking
Top to
Undertaker and
bottom.
Kane, and just an example in the Rock and 6-man tag with Austin and two other motherfuckers that were top stars. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't get that anymore, and that's
Even in
one of
WCW,
my
they was
biggest
defending the belt.
hangups. You said what?
Even in WCW, they were defending the belt. Like the
And,
champions were defending the belt on Nitro.
I
yeah,
think.
and you would have title changes on the regular program
Yeah,
now.
on the regular
Now,
too. Yeah,
now they
yeah.
did do a title change with with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, so I'll give him that. But
Yeah,
when's the
but then
last time you seen
AEW
this shit
turns
happen
around.
before these?
AEW turns around and does a Kyle Fletcher wins the TNT title or retains the TNT title, and then
Mm-hmm.
Tekla beats Chris Statlander the main event of Grand Slam to win the women's title.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Now
And let me
free
say,
TV.
and let me say this: like now, I'm put it on record. I am now watching AEW every week. Like
He
before,
is chat. He is.
yeah, but before yesterday, I was just casually watching AEW. Like if I catch it, cool. If I heard it was good, I'll go back and rewatch it if I missed
Yeah.
it on HBO Max. No, I'm setting my fucking alarm for 7 o'clock on Wednesdays, and isn't it 7 o'clock on Saturdays too for Collision?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So TBS and TNT 7 o'clock Wednesday and Saturday. I am tuning in to AEW.
And Hulu Live, right?
It,
I mean, that Hulu
Uh.
HBO Live.
HBO
Yeah.
Live,
HBO
yeah.
Live. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in there. I'm in there. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
just found that out late. So yeah, I'm in there
And
now.
then
Yeah,
they're
I'm with you.
gonna get a boost coming up because Will Ospreay's gonna be coming back soon.
Mm. And then that's
WWE
even
needs to
live that they
watch
play on
out.
Saturdays too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The WWE needs to watch out. If they don't get the shit together in a few years, I say within the next 5 years, AEW is going to be the top. Is going to be the top company.
Cause like guys, like you said, like we said earlier, bro, they ain't really wrestling like that on
No.
WWE like
And
that.
it
You know what
sucks
I'm
because like
saying?
you have these great wrestlers in WWE and they
Mm.
can't show how great they are.
Cause they ain't letting them.
Like when
And
I say the last few full programs I watched at AEW, every match was good. I didn't see any match that was less than a 7 out of 10
Yeah.
on the
yeah,
last few programs I've watched. And again, that Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland match, top is that should at least be top 3 matches of the year,
and
Yeah.
then too,
if not the top match of the year. Hmm.
I'm assuming too, every wrestler like is on Wednesdays and Saturdays. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't
Yeah.
split up like how the
Yeah,
WWE.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm a keep saying that every time, every chance I get to bring it up in a conversation like this, still is the dumbest shit to me that they
having
still got
separate
the brand
brands.
split, like
Yeah.
having separate brands, bro. Like, bro, just have everybody on the shows, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you missing so many good, you know what I'm saying, opportunities to just create new feuds and shit like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, bro, it's only so many feuds, good feuds that you're gonna be able to give us on
Yeah.
with just your Raw superstars and just with your SmackDown superstars. You know what I'm saying? So
But
yeah, they
that's
need to
why
go
they
ahead
got
and just
people sitting on the bench that don't need to be sitting on the bench. For how the Street Profits not wrestled in over a year?
dude, like
nah
that.
for real.
Well, no, it hasn't been a year yet.
No, it's
They
been since
last
like
wrestled,
SummerSlam.
yeah,
Yeah.
SummerSlam. That ladder match was that a six man tag ladder
Yeah.
match?
Man,
Something
that's
Yeah,
a
like that,
long
yeah.
ass time though.
it is.
And
Yeah,
the reason why is because Triple H don't have nothing for them. That's why they're not on TV.
it makes no sense.
You mean you ain't
I
got the
thought they were going to
money?
split them up because
They
it
was,
was
I
rumors.
thought.
Yeah, it
But
was
then
rumors that
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah,
that Montez Ford was going to go on a singles run, which I wasn't mad at.
nah, I wasn't mad at
Montez
that
Ford
either.
cold as hell in the ring.
Mhm.
man, put him at AEW. He cooking.
Yeah.
The damn near any put fucking LA Knight in AEW, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So he could flame Triple H.
yeah, man, bro. What, bro? If
Can
I'm
you
LA Knight, bro,
imagine?
I'm throwing hands with Paul.
Can you
For
imagine the
real.
promo LA Knight would cut if he left WWE and went to AEW?
It'll be something like how Austin
That
would cut
shit was
on
right.
Bischoff.
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
Yeah, yep.
and Slim, me, you were talking about this. Can you imagine the promos him and MJF will cut if they booked a
MJF
feud
will
for
have
them?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
Yep.
shit would be
Hey, and
epic.
real quick, back to them Austin Johns that he was doing on that he was doing on ECW, bro. Them hoes was so funny.
Yeah.
When he
Like,
dressed up
yeah,
as
them Johns
Hogan.
that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
shit was so damn funny, bro. I'm
Mhm.
not gonna do this shit anymore for anybody. That shit was too funny, bro. Yeah. He in one of his actually his was one of the first like behind the scenes, like what you want to call, I guess a documentary or whatever. His was the first
Mhm.
one that I seen. And it was in like, man, this was so long ago, man. You know what I'm saying? And he had talked about that. He talked about how like Paul Heyman had called him up and told him, he was like, I want you to come to ECW. He was like, bro, I'm fucked up. Like, I
Yeah, I
can't do
can.
nothing. And he was
Yeah.
like, yeah. He was like, that's fine. He was like, but shit, you can still use the microphone. You know what I'm saying? So, and we got some of the, I feel
Hardest
like some
stuff.
of the best promos. You know what I'm
Some of the
saying?
best promos.
Yeah, you know, some of the best.
So
Yeah.
so within
So.
the line, and we can end it after this question with people swapping over. There's somebody who's rumored to be coming back and break the walls down, but his contract might be frozen.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we still see Jericho back in the WWE, and can Jericho save the WWE again for a third time?
I don't know about saving,
And he say,
but I was watching one of the YouTube channels that I'm subscribed to that gives like wrestling news, but basically saying that his contract is frozen because
He
he
requested time off, and Tony gave
yeah.
it to
What was that for him to tour? I'm assuming is
him.
why he requested time off.
Just to heal up, probably. I don't know if it was just to heal up or just to get some time off. But
Yeah,
yeah, they said
shit,
they
motherfucker,
froze it.
old.
but but basically nobody has said when his contract actually expires with it being frozen. So it could be a couple of months, it could be a couple of
Maybe over a
weeks.
year, or it could be a
Yeah.
whole year
Yeah,
because
yep.
Ray
Hmm.
Phoenix, he was supposed to. Him and Penta, their contract was expired at the same time, but Phoenix had dislocated his elbow in a ladder match, and they broke. They added time on after that, and so that's why Phoenix came in a little later after Penta.
But also, if that's the case, with his contract being frozen, if he has to fulfill some matches, when is that going to happen? Because we haven't seen Jericho since when?
Well,
And they,
it wouldn't be matches. They would have fulfilled
uh,
matches. They'll be fulfilled just time that he missed. So say he
uh,
requests he got off
So,
2 months. So remember we thought he was gonna be in the Rumble. So it might not be till
mhm.
after Mania now.
cause it's
Yeah.
kind of like with John Cena, like he said when he did that little hill run, he was like, bro, these just dates. Like, I
Yeah,
ain't gotta wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I just gotta show up. You know what I'm saying? But I know to your question, Shot can he save WWE again? Hell no.
He old
He
as
for
fuck.
everybody, and
yeah.
not even that, just like, bro, the writing sucks. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, now Jericho will be able to cut some badass promos though when he gets back. So
Oh yeah, for
we all
sure.
know that.
Yeah.
We all know Jericho is really one of the goats on the mic. I'll never forget when he cooked Road Dogg. That shit was hilarious. But nah, I don't think he can save WWE. Honestly, I give it one year, 2 years tops, and he's retiring. If he even comes back to WWE, because
Yeah.
he's still he's still listed on the roster as we all know in AEW. As long as he's on that
Yeah.
roster, you ain't gonna see him in WWE. And sidebar,
Yeah.
I hate that picture that he has on the AEW roster. It's doing this like, bro, come
That's
on now.
no, that's his gimmick. It's the Jericho Appreciation Society, the learning tree.
I just I just hate that picture. But but now with all that being said, I don't think the crate has anything to do with Jericho because he's technically still under contract and is frozen. I doubt that WWE will have for one, it's not him returning, and for two, I don't think it's anything that's going to hint at him returning. Um,
Yep.
but with that being said, I'm honestly kind of lost on what that crate may be. As long as it ain't Triple H hopping out that crate talking about we in a new era, and
You know it's gonna be.
as long as ain't another motherfucker dressed in a black hoodie with a mask on, because
Cause I mean, how
I
many?
will
How
throw my
this ain't
remote at the
Gotham
fucking
City, bro.
TV. What'd
For
you
And
say?
real.
you know that's what I said the other day, bro. This ain't Gotham City. Like, how many goddamn masked men y'all got this finna run out and curb stomp motherfuckers? You know what I'm
For
saying? Like,
real.
bro, come on, man. It's
And
like,
I'm
okay, what do we got? All right,
and,
throw
and
fucking
I'm
throw the masked man back out there. Go ahead.
and I'm like, come on now, like to me, it's pretty obvious that they're going to end up revealing that masked person as Seth Rollins. But make it more interesting. Don't just throw a black hoodie with a mask on motherfucker out there to curb stone somebody. Like make this
Yeah,
shit
man.
interesting. Like I don't know what they could have done, but just do something else because that's so outdated. I'm so tired of seeing they
We
they did
already
it with R
seen it.
Truth, um,
Jacob Fatu,
Jacob Fatu,
the
Austin
Usos, every
Theory,
time they come back.
who
The Usos every time they come back.
yeah, the Usos every time they
Yup,
come like,
yup.
come on, like, dude, it's outdated, man. Like, do
Yeah, do
something
something
else when
else. Yeah.
someone's about to return.
Return,
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, have Seth run over somebody with the car like Rikishi did or some shit. Like,
You see what
do
I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
do something.
Get
Cause
him
we
up
didn't
out of
know
here.
he hit Austin. Yeah. Cause that shit was
Yeah.
crazy. Like seeing that shit as a kid, man, my damn car hit Austin. We like, bro, who the fuck ran this man over?
Man,
So we
Even
what?
gotta
when
go
they did it with
slide.
man for real, and even when they did it with Shawn Michaels, you know what I'm saying? We like, bro, who didn't hit this man with the damn car?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and they only did it twice, bro. You see what I'm saying? They didn't keep doing it.
And the last time they did it was how many years ago?
Come on, man.
Know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit, yeah. That's when that was wrestling was great. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
yeah. Cause the
Back when
last
Vince
person it
was
happened
running.
to was back when Vince was running this shit. We miss Vince, bro. Put that in the comments, man. We miss
Hey,
No,
Vince.
I don't know. We gotta put that in the
Uh
comments, man.
let me say this, Vince. Hey, if Vince did the shit that they say he did, he's a fucking terrible person. But Vince knew
horrible person.
business, bro. Vince
Yeah.
knew how to
And he
Yeah.
run.
treated the fans fair when it came to pricing the tickets.
Yes, bro. Cause oh wait, hold
Yeah.
on. But before we end this,
Oh shit.
have y'all seen the fucking ticket sales for WrestleMania?
Uh-uh.
High giraffe ass, I'm assuming.
Nah, the
They
prices are
down.
high, but they're not selling any
They're
tickets.
not selling out.
Yeah, the
Cause don't
report
nobody wanna go
was
see that bullshit.
Because
I
there's
think
also two. Go ahead.
I was gonna say now this was reported I want to say a week ago, but they only sold like 36,000 tickets. But I wasn't sure if that was both nights
Both nights
combined.
in one night.
Yeah, I
Mm,
wasn't sure on that part.
I ain't
But
sure too much on that one either.
but it's significantly less from last year's ticket sales at this time.
Yeah.
But part of it's because they don't have nothing fucking planned for Mania
A lot
except
of shit's
Yeah.
Punk and
thrown at the
Roman.
wall.
Hey, so let me ask y'all this right quick. How y'all feel about the WrestleMania being 2 nights? Because I think if you just go ahead and put you a solid card together, bro, you wouldn't need 2 nights.
Well,
And
see the
then you wouldn't
problem.
need two.
Well, the problem
I
was that they were putting too many matches on. So you were watching WrestleMania. People were there for 7 hours, 8 hours watching wrestling in a stadium, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why they started doing 2 hours, which I don't mind because it gives everybody a chance to be on a WrestleMania. It gives the fans to enjoy more wrestling throughout the weekend. It turns into a bigger thing. So I like it. I would say the only other pay per view that makes sense to do 2 nights, because I know they're moving SummerSlam to 2 nights, would be Royal Rumble, because it would make sense to have one Royal Rumble each night.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
agree.
feel you on it. I
But
just feel
no,
like, bro,
I was gonna say, but now they're since they have joined forces with ESPN. I believe it was ESPN's or was it TKO's idea to only have like four or five matches on their PLEs. So my
Probably
question
TKO.
is that going to be the case with WrestleMania this year? Are they only going to have a few matches each night? Because if that's the case, you might as well just merge it and make it one night again.
That shit
I
ass, bro. And I was gonna say, I really feel like WrestleMania should be one night food because, like, it's they always say it's like the Super Bowl of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah,
the biggest pay per view, bro. So it's like, bro, to be honest, only the biggest stars should be wrestling at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah
Like, just have a solid ass card, bro, that night. You know what I'm saying? And because we got not literally, but we got a whole bunch of pay per views throughout the year. Let the other wrestlers get them pay per views and shit like that, and still have your superstars and your pay per views, so you can just draw them numbers in. But when it's WrestleMania time, like this, where we pull out the big dogs at. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's
but I
just
don't
me.
even feel like they be doing that
Nah, they don't, cause we ain't back there. So nah, they
for
ain't
real.
doing this
Not
shit.
yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah, not yet. Because they need to fire everybody back there. Road dog,
For
your ass included.
real. Him, Bruce Pitcher gone. Michael
Put
PA's
Yeah.
gone.
they need to
Really,
put Road
Paul
Dog in
ass need
there.
to be gone too.
They need to put Road Dog in their old vacant facility. Did y'all see that video where the folks broke into the old WWE facility?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
they need
yeah,
to put Road Dog ass in there.
for real.
yeah. All the motherfuckers.
Yeah, but
Yes,
I think
sir.
y'all got anything else, or we all want to end it right there.
Nah, we can.
Yes. We can end it. I'm good.
Yeah. We touched on a lot, man. So I feel like we got our points across, man. Another fire episode
Yeah, from the
from
four
three
corners.
big wrestling friends,
Yeah,
who are newfound brothers. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yes,
We
sir.
thank
Yes,
y'all
sir.
for tuning in, watching us. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell us what we could do different. Tell us where we could improve. Different topics y'all want us to cover. Next week we might do a deep dive on AJ Styles because they're supposed to be doing a tribute show for him on Raw. So we're gonna see how that goes. We'll see if they're gonna do a little swerve on us and maybe he comes back to have one more match at Mania.
praying he does.
I had to
It'd
see.
be too much like fucking right.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me say this. I was so mad that he got retired at Roma because I really wanted to see him this past Monday at Raw. I was
Oh
hoping I could
yeah.
see AJ,
I told
wrestle.
you that shit wasn't gonna happen, man.
We were
Yeah,
almost close, man.
I had high hopes though, man. Never give up hope.
For
Never
real.
give up, man. Hey, ain't that what your favorite wrestler say, Chi-Town? Never give up,
Yeah,
man.
never give up.
Right.
All right, man. Till
All
next
right,
week.
make sure y'all say y'all vitamins. Like, make sure
Shutting
y'all.
this laptop down.
He gonna get us fucked off. He gonna get us fucked off.
All
Man,
right,
look.
yeah, have a good night, man. Tune in next week. We live with it.
Yes, sir.
All right, we out.